everybody, this is the Wikstrand and the movie of today is Rocket Attack, USA. Now, this movie is a sort of propaganda movie from the 1960s with a clear, anti-communist agenda masquerading essentially as a Cold War spy thriller. And if it would have been, competently made with a, riveting story and good acting and stuff like that, maybe I could have accepted it, but Jesus Christ, this is one of the worst things I've ever seen in this category. Let's find out how incredibly bad this is. This is Rocket Attack, USA. They're going to send this, ballistic missile via some kind of a satellite thingy, towards the United States, and it's going to, maybe destroy New York or Boston or, something like that. And the Americans is, of course, going to try to stop this in any way they can. So they send this secret agent into Russia in order to try to, stop this thing. And that is essentially what this movie is. And as I said, this is a classical Cold War propaganda movie masquerading as a feature-length film, teaching us of, the Red Menace and stuff like that. And they have some, very ham-fisted commentary about the Soviet Union in general and communism in particular. Speaking, by the way, of commentary, we do have this, narration thing that is going on, almost like, a sports announcement as, this movie is progressing along, where they have this guy who's commenting, what's happening, as if we, couldn't see what is happening, and, explaining why stuff is happening, as if we were, a bunch of slack-jawed, brain-dead idiots or something like that. And he even goes so far as, commenting what's happening in sequences where, the Russians are talking to each other in a way like, and then the, chairman told the Politruk that we have to do this because of so and such, and we are Russians and we're evil and stuff like that. And if it wasn't so boring, I could have actually found this to be quite hilarious, but this is a movie with horrible writing, tremendously awful acting, and a couple of jaw-droppingly stupid sequences that makes me go, well, what the fuck was the point with that? And what the hell was that all about? And the crowning achievement of this whole damn thing is, of course, the self-righteous, incredibly stupid ending that, on the one hand, is actually kind of surprising what they did, but it was also incredibly stupid and didn't make a lick of sense whatsoever. So if you have, an hour to spare, there are a bunch of things that you can do. Take a nap, have a beer, sew off your left foot. All of those things seems to be, more enjoyable than watching this incredibly boring, slow-moving thing. Despite how short it is, it feels like absolutely nothing happens. And, all the visions that, the poster, we'll get to that, by the way, in a second. This is a cheap-looking, amateurishly made, ill-written movie with zero suspense and a bunch of actors who feels like they have no idea what is going on and deliver their lines with the same convictions as if they were under gun threat or something like that, because my God, this is horrible. I haven't seen too many of these movies, but they're all kind of horrible. This is not as terrible as Invasion USA that came out in the mid-50s, that has an even dumber ending than this movie. But at least that movie had at least some, spectacular visuals and stuff like that. This was nothing. This is absolutely nothing. If you can miss this movie because it is quite horrible, dull, boring, and completely devoid of any kind of quality I can come up with. My God, this movie was horrible. But you got to love this poster. From another continent, destruction, panic, before the rocket strike. You may live, maybe, through Rocket Attack, USA. Rocket Attack USA is essentially 68 minutes of haven't aged well, essentially, and the unintentional humor this movie has is one of the few saving graces this thing has. I'm actually not convinced that 7 points is actually, low enough for this movie, but the thing is that I have seen so much crap over the years that this is somehow still not as bad as this thing. Maybe it is because there is, the thing of, well, if only we could have had, good actors, and if we only could have had a big budget, it could have actually been a quite suspenseful movie, because the synopsis of the whole thing could potentially have been good, but it is just so badly made that you can't look away from it because how compellingly awful this is. So we'll see you next time from Well So and So Reviewing, well, such and such. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much.